So just taking this layer of polyurethane off of it, because I think putting 2 different coatings on that did not suit so well, or they did not have enough cure time. So just literally peel it all off like that, nice and simple. This means I'm going to go in with the black paint again and touch up some areas. You see that? I don't know what to do. Oh. Sorted. I'm really happy this is coming off so easy, to be honest with you. So I'm unsure if I put lacquer on it or if I put urethane straight on it first time. I'm just going to go with the urethane this time. I don't know if it's because it's the way I sanded the wood. I have no idea. I thought it had to be a sanded surface to go onto, but it's literally coming off like no damage at all. But it's going to allow me to put another coat of black on it. There's parts of the board that needed kind of recoating, like here and at the bottom of the nose. Everyone's having a good day, enjoying the weather. Today's the last day of sunburn and it's raining all week. Gotta love it. Right, nearly done. It's so easy. So it's just going to get another coating of black paint, but I put urethane on it and then realised it didn't have enough coating on it. But then after getting some tape on it to do it again, I realised the tape peeled up the urethane really easily. I think I didn't coat it too heavy the first time around anyway. And I used a lacquer, and then on top of the lacquer I put urethane, which you can do. I'd rather probably use a clear coat and then a urethane rather than a lacquer. The lacquer seems to just repel like quite literally everything. thing is, it's not damaging the graphic this way at all. It's just peeling up, really simple. I could have scratched it off, but by scratching it, I would have potentially damaged the board even just the slightest bit. Well, I hate to say this, but it wouldn't have been that would have caused it. Unless, like, you know, not direct impact, but like, you know, no one has ever been unalived by it, like, ever. People might have, like, been smoking and driving, right, and had a delayed response, but not directly from the plant itself. It's actually one of the few things on the planet that's non-lethal to, like, nearly everybody. Because there are people that are allergic to dust. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of wild, bro. I had to make parts from other stuff, so. That was surprisingly simple. Yeah, that's me for it, totally. Actually, another word for it, self-employed. What? I'm confused what you mean, bro. Truthfully, even if I do have medical, you know, I wouldn't do it on a live, but I'm allowed to because I'm a medical user. I think I can spray this board down. So what it needs now is small black paint. So I took the urethane off because one's great anyway, to be honest. It don't happen there. So it's got to go in the wash anyway. Right. I appreciate the shout out, bro. So yeah, I've got to go put masking tape on this. Don't just take off this excess on the side. I might. So I make skateboards and well, skateboards, fingerboards, tops, beanies, and all that good stuff. Right now, I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to take this excess off, or if I'm just going to leave it. Sorry guys, I'm going to have to go out in a second anyway and spray this down. gonna get sprayed. Shittest, bluntest flipping. This particular board now. That board. No, not board. Why is that so awfully blunt? Thank you, I appreciate this. The subs, guys. Yeah, I get lost in it sometimes, to be honest with you. I forget I'm live streaming. And I think that's the best thing to talk about the live stream, really. It's not about products I try and put out. Like, I've been on this board. I could have left it, but there was like slight imperfection about it. I was like, I just couldn't leave it. You know what I mean? I think I can spray this down one more time with some black paint. Hopefully this will be the last time. Let's just remove a bit from the top and the bottom because it felt like it was going to overlap weird. Personally, I love how hard I can work too. You know what I mean? I'd rather be able to work hard than not. I just think we all, you know, are good at certain things, and when you can do those certain things, rather than having to feel like you're wasting your life away, you feel like actually making a difference, or that's what life's about, really. It's not just doing what you love, because obviously you can't. There's always moments, difficult moments, but you've forgotten, lost touch as people. As I said, life was never meant to be fun, but it was never meant to be as difficult as it is as well. Perfect. So from this point, thing is, there's a lot of work I do that obviously I don't do on a live because I mean, one, it would be very boring. I mean, this is verging on the edge of boring. Some would even say it is. Who am I kidding? It's quite boring, yeah. I mean, it's therapeutic. I enjoy it. It's therapeutic as shit, personally, but It's like they say AI will steal jobs and stuff, and art. I don't see the fun in that. Art is like the progress is watching it turn from something like nothing into something. Humans are built on progress, you know. We evolve, we make shit. So when we stop doing that, kind of go against our own like genetic teachings in a way. We hunt forages and design things, and now we've got a few select people who design things for us, and the rest of us just go about our lives. We're all meant to be designing, creating things, really. There's just so much of us now. Round two, try again. So it's this bit here that needs covering up, and that bit, because they were a bit, I don't even know what happened really. Right, I will be back. Probably about, what time is it now? Let's say half an hour to an hour. No man, I actually make skateboards. This is the one that's going to be going up next. Well, I make fingerboards and skateboards. And tops, jumpers, everything. This is up on the store. Most recent jumper I done. And then that's heat transferred onto the material, so like it will go in and wash. It will stand like 20 to 30 washes, and it will just start to fade away rather than being printed onto that. You know, that vinyl shit that just starts to peel in the wash. That stuff is so annoying. Yeah, it's like this. Go on, man. Of course, sure. I mean, recently, what shocked me the most is I got a message from Herod Skateboards, bro. Like, actually haven't processed that shit. I really haven't. I messaged them a while ago, but I didn't get a response. Because obviously I was working out the company, but wild. He's like, yeah, it's obviously I can't tell people shit. It's like confidentiality. But he just said, oh, sorry about the injuries I've had. Respects the grind. Well, I reckon it's because we both from the UK. A legend, man. What's up, bro? I appreciate it, man. See, I love Thunders, bro. It was either Indies, Aces, or Thunders that I'd skate. Now I've got Grind King or something. I actually know Crooks. But I had injury like slip disc in my spine, tore ACLs, tore MCLs, compound fracture where the bone came out of my arm. So it broke and came out of my arm, not just came out. Painful. This one. I mean, obviously you got your forearm. Your, bro, my brain today. I need a cigarette, guys. Right, I'm gonna be back once I'm sprayed the stick down. So there's just a little bit of excess on there that I need to. And the graphic is heat transferred on. This one's glow in the dark as well, by the way, so a little bit extra there. And it's done with like a layering, like I said before, so it's a real rare heat transfer graphic, but it's done onto substrate and the material. So substrate and the wood, sorry. bear with. Ah, shit. Sorry to hear that, bro. But I do get the taking it easy now with the age. I'm only 25, but because I've had such severe injuries, and it turns out I thought I was a shit skater, right? It's a rational conclusion to come to because you keep waking. I was actually having something called transient loss of consciousness, like seizures from something called transient loss of consciousness, and it took one game of skate for me to actually be watching me, trick for trick. And I went up and done I don't remember much. I went to a blunt stool to heel flip because I was losing the game of skate. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna get this one out of the bag, you know what I mean? Because I knew you couldn't do it, and then I don't remember anything. The next thing I remember was waking up and there was like ambulance around me. Oh, who won? Do you know what I mean? Sort of question. Because I didn't see them at first, I just saw him. Oh, like, I'm guessing you won because obviously coming two reloads and that I'm on the floor, and he's like, no, bro, you actually had a seizure. So he's like, I'd have been a bit of a dick to continue the game of skate without you. Yeah, man, it's not good. But there's me, as I say, growing up thinking I was shit skating, so what did I do? I'd go and send it more and everything, thinking, nah, I'm good at this, it's fine. And I was probably getting more stress, and because transient loss of consciousness could be from trauma, substances, and stress, or a combination of the load of them, which happened to be using at the same time. And yeah, screwed myself really. But I never knew that you could have seizures from anything other than epilepsy. I didn't know that. I thought epilepsy was the only thing to cause seizures, or maybe like a brain injury or something. You could have a seizure then, but I didn't consider anything else. Right. Anyway, I'm gonna go and spray these boards down now. One last coating for the what do you call it? Flipping the Ghetto Bird board, which is this one here. Arguably one of my favourite boards I've done. I know it's like the 8th board, but still. The saying about it is like less is more. Obviously, if you know what a Ghetto Bird is, nollie hard flip, late 180. It's a good trick, bro. It's one trick I've not been able to. I don't understand that nollie hard flip part, let alone like a late 180 and like fair play, bro. That's just mental. But yeah, it's gonna go. I'm gonna sand this last little bit off actually. What I like about having a skill set in a business, I don't have to take my tools with me. I can literally just go somewhere. Like if I was to move, which I want to do, I can just go somewhere where there's all the tools and boom, you've got the art, you have the skill with you. Just, do you know what I mean? You don't need to have much other than the tools and like your own skill at hand. Stubborn as shit. It's good paint though, so I mean, you sand it down, it's not really like, see it's kind of coming off, but it's still on the board very much. And it still needs just one more coating maybe over this. So no, I'm actually, what I'm doing is heat pressing the graphic on to start off with on a blank deck. Very unconventional way of doing it, but And then what I'm doing is covering the board. This is what I'm doing at the moment because it seems to work the best. Otherwise, you have to heat transfer onto a surface, so like either a heat transferable surface, like heat protected surface. And the reason that's not ideal is the graphic comes off easier. Where if you press it like I have done onto the wood, and then everything else goes on top of it and around it. So by putting the masking tape on, I can then add a flexible. It's like an extreme flexible and heat durable paint, spray paint. So I then cover the wall because otherwise, if I was printing the whole graphic on with the ink, like these parts, like these were each individual part was individually pressed on. It's a separate heat press, but I actually feel like I spaced them out quite well. So I mean, the gap between there and there is pretty much the same between those bolts. And that was just not even thinking about it too much, if you know what I mean. So sometimes my point is just not to overthink it, going casually, chill. That's what I try to do anyway. And like by doing it the boards this way, you end up guaranteeing like an actually stronger graphic, a longer finish. The boards be more durable as well. So you want a real wearing graphic, of course. All boards like you have that natural wear to them because no one wants to have a board that looks like it's not been skated. I mean, even it's not about being a poser, but people will automatically just be like, "Well, why is the board like unskated?" Right? And I like a board so clean. You want it to be more durable than the shit that they're pumping out. And obviously, the boards they are going to be sprayed with the urethane. Where's the urethane gone? I don't know, somewhere down there. And obviously around the sides and the top as well. But I do dye as well, so this is just for a finger. This one I dyed, so it's like watermelon. I'm going to be releasing that board soon. So that was literally made last year, and I haven't been able to. I wanted to make a series of them, but I thought, you know, at least release one. I think it's all good to go. Yeah, it really does. I ship everywhere as well, man. I'm located in little UK. I will be moving as soon as I can with my business. I'm desperate to move. Literally work my ass off to get anywhere if I have to. It's just because the UK is just so chippy for this sort of thing. Like, I love the UK. I absolutely love it with all my heart. The one thing when it comes to skate culture is just not really ideal. There isn't much. I mean, even heroin skateboards moved to the States is home to skating, where it's at the birth, the founding place, ground zero, so to speak. It's like carpal tunnel, man. I swear I'm getting it. But yeah, the thing is, the way I see it is obviously I've got limited resources here in space, and if I can work with what I've done here, then it kind of makes it easier really working anyway, working in a smaller space, you know what I mean? But yeah, guys, I'm going to spray this board. I'll be back in probably about 15, 20 minutes. This actually gives me time to properly let it dry before I carry it in. Probably be added for at least preview, and then it will go up tonight. It'll be active probably from midnight. I can imagine at least one of the boards. I reckon that the white one will probably go up first. Obviously, this one's going to take about 2 more days for a coating. Like 1 more day just to get the urethane, another coat of black on, and then after that, urethane, 2 days more. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, man. So I love Croydon, bro. Used to literally go up to Croydon. I know it's not the same place, it's just near London, of course, but South Bank all the time. So it's such a famous spot, but it's such a famous spot. There's like really nothing there. Like it's really underwhelming. Like when you compare it to something really like FDR in Florida, not Florida, sorry, in Philadelphia. Right, incredible skate park. I only got to skate a part of that, so and the infinite. That's not just a little noise there. Yeah, man. I honestly just can't wait to make the skate scene like more. I mean, I describe. I want to work from both states, like where Mark Foster, as I said, Heron Skateboards. I've been in contact with him. But probably like that's it. My dreams. I'm good now. I've achieved what I needed to achieve in a weird way. You know, because it's not about money for me, and money definitely helps. I think when you go about things in life to try and do it for the passion and the love of it, then that comes off so much more. It pays off so much more. I was just even decide, bro. Like, even if it came to, I just don't like this country anymore. I love the country, don't like the people running it, don't like the people in it. But most of the time, because people got grumpy and sour, and I understand why. Shit country going shit for multiple reasons. CBA to be just here for the downfall, to be honest with you. Mate, as I said, I want to still be a UK taxpayer because companies are just leaving the UK in numbers, bro. So, anyway, guys, I'm 11 minutes. I'll be back in. What time is it? 11. Probably about half an hour, and then I won't be on tomorrow. I believe I'll be on the day again the day after. But I know for a fact there's also a week period coming up in July where I'm not going to be on for like 5 days. I'm going to be super busy. Oh, 100%. 100%. Oh, you know, it's at the end of the day, there's just nothing to leave, you know what I mean? Nothing. And sometimes in life, you know, you think like someone says, like, if you go for a right country when everyone else is just, you know, kind of like, you know, I'm like, alright, fine. I can't bother either, like, it's not my issue. Anyway, just 11 minutes ago. Just half an hour so I can get this board sprayed. So I'm just wondering about if that paint, so it's coming out like really thick. It's almost like a dye one. So you know some paints obviously just I guess you could wipe off the area before like the residue residue. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. Will just wipe off and you know might be a little bit. This one just fully stains it. So it kind of stains the wood anyway. Like, do you know what I mean? When you spray it onto wood, it's like staining it almost. That's what I've noticed because going to sand it off, it's not really sanding off, it's properly absorbed into the wood, which is good, is what you want really. You don't want something to just peel off, you want it to be incredibly durable, non flaky. It's also pencil flaky proof. I will be back, guys. Wait. Albert and Hero. So Conji or Line Boards, or I used to have almost, or like, those were the days. Wild Industries as well. It's all gone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even I think Revive's even packing up or something like that. It's not looking too good for them. I would work with the hard times, man. Even if I had to just have like another 5 jobs at the same time. Like I enjoy what I do. That's what skaters, bro. Skaters are like the most dedicated people I think some of that you can meet. Because I mean, look at them battling out. Do you know how hard a trick is? People have an idea if you're a skater. I think I was battling out like, a front side flip for like 2-3 years. Just one trick, just to land it and be like, okay, I'm gonna do it now down, you know, a gap or onto this roller. And then the whole battle starts again of trying to catch it and land it on a flipping 50-50 or something. I mean, frontside flip to 50-50 was always like a dream sort of because you kind of then go in backwards, depending if you do a frontside 180 or a frontside flip or a backside flip. It's like half flips, bro. They're like the weirdest flipping kick flips across the ground, because it is. You kind of, the way you pop it, or like a dolphin flip as well. Frontside shove it, kick flip, extremely weird. Frontside shove it and a kick flip is such a weird trick to do. So I like varial heels. I never kick flips. No, sorry. Yeah, half flips throw me the fuck off, bro. It is the best cueing, man. It really is. And that's why I'm sticking. You know, I'm sticking with this for sure. I mean, I know people mock fingerboarding. Say made these boards as well. I only found out that fingerboarding was that 3 years ago. Yeah, I actually did not. I had no idea. Oh, do you, bro? That's my favourite trick. Frontside shove it's are my favourite tricks. Backside shove it's I can't stand them. So when my mates were, this is what I think I love about skating is before it was really competition. It was friendly competition, but the way I like to see it is your frontside shove it, backside shove it, right? And then if you add a kick flip, hard flip, but if you do a backside shove it and a kick flip, varial kick flip, right? But if you do a frontside shove it and the heel flip, it's like the opposite. So it then becomes like, I was better at like the opposite tricks. I literally don't understand why. It's extremely weird. Like heel flips, that was my trick. Over then like a kick flip, I couldn't get. I've got it obviously in the end, but I mean at the beginning it took me years to get a kick flip, and that's why frontside flips took me out. I could actually get frontside heels, backside heels before I could get a front. I could get a backside heel before I could get a frontside flip down, which is wild because if anyone's ever done like a 180 with a heel in it, it feels more natural because the board tucks and rolls a certain way. It doesn't feel like it's flinging outwards. It feels like it's rolling inwards. I don't know how to describe it. Obviously, kick flip, heel flip. So when you're going to do a flip and you flip like this, right? Sorry, one sec. Kick flip, outer rotation. It spins outwards. Where if I was going to do that and then a heel flip, it tucks underneath you and in. And I think they feel a lot more controllable. They're just a very difficult trick to get because you know. And if once you've got the heel flip down, you figure out where you get your heel flips, where you've got that area on the nose. Because I always say like a hard flip. No, sorry, fucking brain today, bro. Varial heels. I like this weird seated position, and then it's quite literally just a diagonal kick at the ground, and then a scoop almost, and then into a seated position. And after that, you'll start to see the ball rotate, and you try and land behind the board, and then I find that quite easy to get. I really do. So I'm just looking for stuff to roll with. Fakey big spin, bro. I landed one of those like 2 years ago now. There's a video that says fakey big spin attempts per date. I do like one of those because it's what fakey rolling fakey. Then it's a backside shove it with a body varial, right? But it ends up doing that. They are clean, and the way the ball rotates, obviously, the way you turn your shoulders and the ball does a double flip. I do it double flip, 360 shove it almost with the body varial. I do like those. They're quite clean. But I've only landed 2 since I started skating again because they are quite a difficult trick to get. I know like some people, there's like Dan Webbs that makes it look so fucking easy, where he's just like steps casually. I'm like, what the fuck? I used to do that thing where people, they barely lift it off the ground. You kind of like, you do an ollie. It's the gentlest one, but there's just, so you're so light on the board, you kind of pick up your legs more, and you could do power slides and reverts more. Kind of mixing up the freestyle because I love freestyle skating, bro. So I grew up with brothers that are like 32 millennials, so I watched their skating. Ooh. I'm watching like the Nata spin, bro. I always wanted to do something like that, like a fire hydrant or something. It's fucking awesome. Because that's why I say it's like street combinated with transition. That was like the ultimate peak of street skating to me. It's like it literally is combining all a bit of transition, maybe a bit of vert down a wall sometimes, or wall riding. You could call that vert because you are riding on a vertical wall. Street, a bit of freestyle when they do maybe some like water dogs or something like, it's just, that's why I love Andy Anderson, bro. That guy's got skill. Who gives a shit about having a helmet on? The guy's actually smart for doing that and not caring about what people say. You know what I mean? We've all been made you think, oh, now I'd want to seem cooler. But when the moment you come off and have a major brain injury, I bet you would wish you didn't give a shit about being cool. So the amount of injuries I had now, I just don't skate too hard, so I know how to fall. But yeah, go on, bro. Love that. That's sick. You skateboard, yeah, man. But it's not old, bro. It's living life, having a good time. Just telling you now, real recognise real. Like you just be, even if my guys be cruising around right now, that's like, in my opinion, that's still skating. Skating doesn't have to be kick flips and half flips and shit like that. When they want to spice it up a little bit, fair play to people who are like 25 is your peak. It's not your peak, don't get me wrong. I'm saying like 35 is where you start to, dip off a little bit. But you do start, I'd say the craziest time period you've really got is from like 17 to like 25. Because when you get to 25 and you're nearing your 30s, especially with the injuries I've had, like I have to take damage painkillers. I feel like I get sciatica down my back. So I used to send big ass staircases. And what's funny is like when people go, oh, about footage, I grew up in a care home where you weren't really allowed a phone. So when I did get footage, so I got taken, my phones got taken. But it was never about capturing footage. It was never about trying to get clout. It was me trying to level up like people do on Fortnite, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. My thing, I'd sit there thinking about it all day. That's why I'm so gutted I didn't know about fingerboarding, because I'm sat there like, I think my brain was so focused on skateboarding as a whole. Generally, just bro, I'd sit down, like, have the TV on and just be flipping the board, sat at the end of my bed, sitting down flips. It was just a case of always I got bored that way. I think, right, you grow up and you get boring old when you stop having fun. You don't, not the other way around, you don't stop having fun because you grow old. You grow old because you stop having fun. Stop old with skating, however you want to say it. It's just true. You've got to live your life. And that's why I feel like the skate community, the skates in the UK is all right. I mean, the skate community is brilliant, pushing through what we've got and the shitty structures and the skate stoppers on absolutely everything that you can't even really skate anyway. But they're like, fuck it, we're just gonna stick them on everything we can. And I, got massive respect for the skate culture pushing through like the shitty weather and the potholes and the flipping. All the curbs are like just cracked. There's no metal coating like they have in America. Like it's shit. It is really kind of shit. Like even Barcelona's got the flipping best architecture for skating in my opinion, and Copenhagen, places like this. So we really don't have a good idea for that, granted. But for all that, you still have some amazing skaters, and I would really want to. I know there's people who are like, what's their name? I can't remember. Part of the Skate GB team, but I feel like something feels so not really British like that. There's like old skate parts I've seen, bro. That, like I'll have to find some later. You watch it and you know it just has like a British feel to it. Like English, like proper gritty. Like, it might be somebody like at the beach, the start of it, fisheye lens. You know what I mean? Somebody like, I don't know, doing like a crooked over on the back of someone's like combine harvester. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, it brings in that element of country. Then someone's skating like maybe across the river. Well, I'm going for a cigarette now. For my brain can't even. It's just mushy. But yeah, skating is just, I don't know. It loses touch. Obviously, it comes in and out of popularity like every 10 years. Do you know what I mean? Since it started, it goes and fades. It comes back. I don't even know if we're in a period of fading or if we're in a period of like growth again. I really have no idea. I feel like we've gone past a period of fading slightly. Just slightly. That's good, bro. Don't age define you. 100%, bro. Like, you gotta just live your life. 1 second. So, bro, when I read that, I read my poo is a lot better. I was like, what? Oh, your pop. Yeah, don't get me wrong, my pop, I can get box height ollies now easy. I can ollie up onto manual pads and probably over a hip if I really tried and things like that on driveway, flat bank, whatever you want to call it. I don't like calling it a driveway. I find that really weird. People start saying that lately, and I'm starting to be like, "Oh, driveway." I think flat bank feels so much better. It's a bank that's flat.
curved flat bank, angled flat bank, you know, or just a flat bank. It's still flat. It's just maybe at an angle. I always find it funny. It's a bit like a flat bar, right? You have a round flat bar or a square flat bar, and people for the longest time I was trying to explain to my mates when we were growing up because they're like, "Oh, so you need to skate the." Oh, broke my brain working, but yeah, I might know they are both a flat bar. One's just square, one's circle. I feel like people still don't really know that. That's what I mean. Are we in a period of it fading out or coming back? I don't really know. But I also, the reason I've done like slightly edgier graphics as well is I miss how skating very much is like that freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom to not give a shit, but still be respectful as you can, of course, like you should do. I'm not telling people to be hooligans, like bro, skateboarding. I like how it's come more into the public light, but what I don't like about it is how it's because it's on their terms. They're like, oh, because it's Olympics now, we like it, we accept it. And I've got people like, now if I'm skating, like, that's really nice to see you skating. But then I guarantee you, like, 10 years ago, even that, there'd have been like, oh, recording a noise, making, damaging stuff. Like, bro, I'm popping an ollie off of concrete. If anything's gonna break, it's me. I'm gonna get razor tail. Like, would you think my ball's just gonna crack concrete? Like, I'm not. That's not being rude, but that's me with full, with all due respect. That's what I'm like. People now just come up and go, like, it's a bit loud. Do you mind too? I will, but yeah, I'm really sorry about that. Thank you for But it's because people used to just go in for the attack straight away, like Vipers burn. I'm like, look, just ask me politely and move along. I've had people chuck sticks out in front of where I'm skating. I've had people stick their foot out and I went flying. I turned around, like, lost my shit with that. Instantly come out, my mates just lobbed the board at us. I'm like, bro, this is what I mean. Skaters used to be a bit more savage. But there is that community, there's that sense of community with skating. A bit like, and I'm not saying this is right at all, but like how criminals will band together, right? It's a bit like skaters will. It's like a group, like the closest group of friends. I remember I was skating in Roche, Spain, and a guy, I can't remember what he done, but he tried to grab. I think it was my mate's man bag because he said that you could smell stuff, but I think he was just saying that we shouldn't be smoking there, and I understand now. Like now I look back, I wouldn't have done it. And he was saying he was going to get the police here, whatever. I was like, let's just go. But then he actually pushed my mate over, and everyone just like lost their shit. And that the Spanish police will beat your ass. They will, especially if you're a Brit and you're in their country. But we just lost it. There was no need for that. We were trying to like talk out, but no. Yeah, as I said, never the right thing to do. I do like, that's what I'm saying. My original point, I really like how skating has become more main culture rather than so anti-culture, because it was very much fu to society. I feel like skating was. I think that's probably what got me interested in the first place. Because when you want to sort of society wants you to conform, you don't want to conform. It's the way to conform without conforming. I feel, and I know a lot of people connect with that. It's why I grew up with like Bam. It's like I'm so happy to see Bam come back into himself. Where like I know I'm waffling on that. So that's like made last year. It's one of those things where I generally thought it was a bit like a lost cause, right? And it was like one of those things. It was going to be just a sad, story to say about this person once was like this. But the craziest comeback at skating I've ever seen in my life, and at that age, like fair play. Have you seen what this guy's doing, bro? He's doing like blunt stool like slides on the nose over a hip, and then like shove it in out. Like people don't realize how hard that actually is to do, because the friction. You're gonna have some really hard wheels and some smooth ass ground, but then at that point the more you want to actually mix up for like swishability, let's call it, being able to do reverts and slides, you actually have less grip and less control. So he's got to be sober, because there's no way you're landing on a board that you tweak it slightly out to the left and you will just power slide and throw yourself off. That I mean, my wheels are 101.8 with very, very, very hard wheels, because I like being able to do reverts and power slide and things like that. Very noisy though, but granted. But yeah, people don't realize how difficult that is to be able to do, to come up into a nose. I think he's actually going fakie, or he's going nollie as well, and goes up into. I mean, that's just wild. Because it's not techie. It doesn't have to be like a laser flip. 360 moves I show it, so like it doesn't have to be no crazy combo trick. It is just simply style and steez with the board. That's a skateboarder, bro. That's a skateboarder. That is hard. Yeah, isn't it, bro? I'm watching his face. You see his tongue when he's sticking out. He's like he ain't scared anymore. Like, do you know when you skate, he gets that little bit of fear, and he even says he never gets used to doing it. It's like with some things, his confidence has come back. Is on another level, and that's what I mean. It's so fulfilling and heartwarming to see him come back into himself. As someone who has been an addict before for many years in my life, knowing how much it controls you and takes from you, it's amazing really to know that he's fighting those demons, and it shows you how pure skating is as a sport and as a hobby and a whatever it is to you. I kind of want to go and skate now. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what you mean. See, that's funny. I have it every single day, right? Medically, it stops my seizures and stuff like that. But it really has impacted my skating, and I've wanted to cut down so much because skating to me is like everything, right? It really is. I have amazing confidence in like when even after smoking or not, my balance is good. But then not to sit there and say that it would impact it at all. I just won't notice the impact it will have. The amount of energy I actually have is very different. So I can skate for hours and hours and hours and hours when I don't have anything. If I have something, I could probably go half an hour and I'm starting to get quite tired. So it really does have an impact in that sense. I wonder how much work I could do if I didn't smoke. Like it would kind of probably burn my heart, to be fair. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna be leaving in half an hour. I'm gonna go finish some art off, spray a board down. I'm probably gonna skate in a little bit instead rather than now. Because otherwise I've got too many tasks on hands. So as I said, it's a competition on the moment as well, so sending it art. I want to see a pre-sketch beforehand too, though, as well, just so I know it's yours and you've always got it on Pinterest or something like that. Oh, that's sick, bro. So I actually can't. I could. Because I have PTSD, BPD, ADHD, and all these things and seizures. I can. I do have a CAN card and stuff like that. But I know places CAN cards don't work. Some people, for me, they've always worked. They appreciate me being honest about it. But I was accepted for medical. I just can't actually pay the flipping prices. And I know people, it's like $5 or a G and stuff like that. So it works out the same. But it's the initial consultation, and beyond that. So I'm legally allowed to. But when you have a CAN card, it's weird. You don't have to get it from a medical vendor. The laws in this country are damn shit, man. Like the fact is, if I wanted to drive as well with a prescription, I can, but they still try and take you to court sometimes. There's a guy called Drew, and I think it's a council called Drew is Sharing, right? Very famous, probably the biggest pothead YouTuber to come out of the UK. Like he has his own coffee shop now, right? Legend, I love him so much. The fact is, he's come out of the UK and he pushed past that stigma. Like it's so difficult to be out in the UK. I mean, I know in the States now you've got it recreationally and medicinally in a lot of states, and the world's changing. I mean, Lanzarote you can, and flipping. Oh man, the list goes on and on and on. Germany's, legalised it. The world's changing, yet the UK's still stuck in this medieval flipping mindset about it. They really are. It's ridiculous. It's like when someone said earlier, so my friend had this. I'm not being rude or anything, but no one's ever actually alone from it has ever passed, and that's very rare. There's not many things on the planet that no one's really allergic to. I'm not saying someone's really for a mental state, granted, but what's better? Someone having peanuts and being that's it, they're gone, or having maybe a bit of an episode, realizing it's not for them, and backing away. They're still with us. They can get mental treatment, right? I'm not saying it's ideal, but it's better than half the other shit. You know what I mean? Like it really is. I was unalived by the withdrawals from alcohol. People don't realise that, right? It's so fucked up. It's a neurotoxin. So yeah. I don't know if I'll bore everyone with anything facts, but it's kind of disturbing, really. Right. I'm going to leave you to say for half an hour. When I come back, I've got some more art to show everybody. Oh, sorry about this. It's very dark in here now, isn't it? That is actually what pisses me off, to be honest, really, because it's on their terms. Like that's what it is, and I understand it to a degree. Like they don't just have this like grey area that they've got. They need like so many police officers don't know it's legal. I've had to tell them it's legal. As I say, people are being nicked for smoking, still driving, but like they're having their legal amount. Like me, in a day, like I have maybe like 2 or 3 shared. But people are like, "Oh, that's a lot." I'm like, bro, people get like 60 G, as you said, like 50 G. Like it is crazy. It's like two ounces, or a little bit less. But yeah, you know what I mean? Of top tier like medical shit. And there's no issue, there's no qualms. And I do get it because it's a bit like codeine or something being on prescription. But they do treat it so differently because if someone had codeine off a prescription, they'd probably just confiscate the pills off of you and that way you shouldn't have these, should you? You know, go to a doctor first and do. That's an opioid. Yeah, a plant, as I said that, like people are more allergic to dust. I don't know if you know that. This is kind of saying as wild. No one's allergic, and I mean this. I mean like anaphylactic. I don't know, you know, like proper like seizures, your brain shuts down, your body goes into like shock. You don't get that. I don't think anybody is actually allergic to it like that. We all have something called endocannabinoids. Like we evolved as a species. This is a known fact. It's probably one of the oldest medicines that mankind kind of used. One of. We can just control around it. As I said, there's a reason. It's very rare. People are allergic to kiwis. People are allergic to apples. People are allergic to oranges, lavender, dust, fucking microbacterias and shit, right? But a plant that no one's allergic to feels a little bit sus. I mean, I don't think there's anything I can really think of in the world that people are hydrophobic. Like, and not just like they actually don't, not hydrophobic, you know what I mean? Not just scared, like the people that actually react weird when they drink water, like their skin can blotch up. Even though they need it, it's an essential building part of their body. You know, we're made of what 70% fluid. They still react to it. I just find it very weird. That's all. As I said, it's one of the only things I can think of probably that doesn't actually. Water's probably well, it will have drowning. You know what I mean? There's just so many more dangerous things. It's just crazy. It's control on the craziest level. People sit there and go, "We're in a democracy." You know, we're in a dictatorship straight up, bro. At that point, when you've got control at that level, it's just fed to you for drip jabs and made you believe. The reason they can't actually now have to legalise it is because people have realised there are so many worse things. Because people are, I mean, I respect people for this. They've just gone, well, from what I've seen, because they'd have seen it through families. They'd have been like, well, my granddad smoked it, it was fine. You need to, you can't. Because there are people like me who also say, if you're a kid, just read, you don't want to get really, because I've seen people struggle mentally. As I was saying, it can't cause mental health issues, but then, as I said, the trade-off between something being really just fatal or saying having potential mental health issues is when you're an adult and you're saying you feel like it made you feel a little bit off. You know, as an adult, not to have it again, right? You know, okay, I just had, like my adopted mum, when she was about 18, she said she had one at a party and it made her really tired, grouchy, and sleepy and grumpy. I said, well, yeah, you just don't. But she then realised it wasn't her. She didn't like it. Oh, there you go. That's all it takes is one time to use it and then boom. But that your opinion of it and your usage does not reflect the whole world's. You can't sit there and be like, oh well, just because they had a bad experience, it's bad. It's one person. Like it saves people's lives from actual like seizures. There are people that have like 600 seizures a week. They have some CBD, bit THC oil, and boom, it's over. They'll have like 1 or 2 a week, and they've gone from having hundreds to 1 or 2, which is honestly not really heard of in the medical world. So it's clearly, in my opinion, just one of the biggest medical cover-ups there is, and biggest medical scandals. It's fucked up. It really is. But just like that. One of the least harmful things, really, as a plant and herb. Now more people are allergic to dust. What more need be said? Really. Anyway, I appreciate the support, guys. This is from drinking alcohol. Like literally no stomach lining. Meprazole I take now. Stop GERD, which is gastro. I don't know. It's just acid reflux essentially, which I'm very young to be getting. Yeah, man. See, that's what I mean. It shrinks. I know it's known to have shrunk or stopped the growth, or at least slowed down the tumors, cancer growth. It's incredible. It's incredible what it can do. And the fact it's on that scale. That's what I mean. It is on the scale of being good, not bad. Like just because a few people end up with, psychosis for a week. Yeah, I'm not saying that's not good. Of course, that's terrible. Of course, it's terrible. But they're alive. It's manageable, and they get put maybe on a course of antipsychotics for a week. I've had this happen to me. It wasn't actually psychosis, but I had a bit of an episode from trauma and shit, and I came back too. I was fine. You know what I mean? Like now I have a business. But if I was to have something that I was actually allergic to, like they're going to find all these medicines all the time, but not realizing there's one already there that works for so many issues, and they need to just work on that one, the ones nature's already provided. Stop trying to like synthesize shit in a jar, because you're going to end up causing an epidemic of some sort of kind. But what happens? They don't know if they mix something, it causes some part of the brain to act weird, meaning someone turns into a bloody zombie or something, right? That sounds kind of crazy, but at the same time, is it? Like if part of your brain turned off and stopped working, my point is they're fucking with science, and they should be. It's already done. So, and if there's things that aren't curable, there's things that aren't curable. Sounds pretty messed up, but it's true. Because they could have it treating it now and then keeping that person going, and then them to have like maybe a family could then lead to a more mutated version of that illness. Like it's natural selection as well. It's pretty messed up, but it's true. Anyway, so I'm gonna get off now. I just think it's population control. So realise, like if people use it, so many people do not use prescriptions in their cabinets. They don't. Me, if I don't have medical broccoli, I end up needing codeine and like a lot more painkillers than I already have, pointlessly. But where if I actually have medical broccoli, I'm good. And it's really true. Like I end up going, I haven't had codeine for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I haven't been in pain. I'm okay. Like I end up having a backlog of medication that I don't use. Because it's not like I'm trying to just get out of it, like people would say. Like you generally recognise what helps you, what doesn't, what's needed, and what's not. Yeah, I do agree with that 100%. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna head off, finish more art. Proper in my art. I'm proper in like an artistic mode at the moment. I really am. Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. I'll be back on. I think I've got until 1 o'clock today. I'm not sure, 1 or 2. So I'll be back on in half an hour anyway. Fuck knows how long I'll have when I come back.